Hi Cunningham, it's Miss B. I'm very excited to read to you today. Today is one of the days that I look forward to every March. It is the beginning of spring. So I wanted to read to you one of my favorite stories called Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. It's a rhyming story, and there are two words that might be hard for you. One is there is a paper boy in this story. A paper boy is someone who used to deliver the newspaper. Now we don't really get the newspaper delivered so much, but maybe some of you get it delivered to your house. And the other one is the word clothesline. And clothesline is a rope or a metal piece of wire that might hold your clothes when you want to dry them in the sun. Some people have them still and some people don't. So those might be two words that are tricky for you as you're reading this story. Like I said, this is a rhyming story, so you want to be on the lookout for rhyming words, like boy and toy are rhyming words. Okay, so without further ado, Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. By Sarah Weeks and pictures by Nadine Bernard Westcott. On the first day of spring, today, just like today, Mrs. Nellie McNosh went out to her garden and planted a squash. Oh, I forgot to mention, some of you don't know that Miss B is a big gardener. She pushed the seed in with the tip of her toe, and the minute she did it, it started to grow. Hear any rhyming words? I hear toe and grow. Keep listening. At first, it was round, as big as a head. In fact, it looked just like the paper boy. Fred. See him delivering the paper? Look at that squash growing and looks just like Fred. Then it turned yellow and bumpy and fat. It rolled from the garden and flattened the cat. Fat and fat. You got it. Look at that long vine. See it growing and getting bigger. It knocked over the trash cans and ran over toes. It twisted the sprinkler and plugged up the hose. Toes and hose. It crashed through the clothesline. Up, there's that clothesline. I'm going to show you what it looks like. See it right here? And it smashed through the fence, scaring the pants off two elderly gents. That's an idiom. Did they really scare the pants off of them? No, but they were just afraid of a big, huge squash. Poor Nellie was worried. She said, "Oh my gosh, there's got to be some way to slow down this squash." Gosh and, you got it, squash. She slapped it and scolded it, pinched it and kicked it, and then she took hold of its stem and she picked it. Now, what do I do? Wondered Mrs. McNosh. I've got to find something to do with this squash. There isn't a place in the world it will fit. It's as big as a house. Wait, said Nellie. That's it. And so, by the light of a big yellow moon, she scooped and she scraped with a long-handled spoon. And when the sun rose, Where was Mrs. McNosh? Moon and she was curled up, sound asleep. In her big yellow squash. Snip, snap, snout, that tale is told out. I hope you enjoyed the story today, and I hope you enjoyed this beautiful start to spring. I hope to see you soon.